down the shack down. Still pushing buttons and let the roof on the back down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my back down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Shack Town. Got the crowd yelling, bring 'em out, hey, I'm a hot girl yelling, bring 'em out, hey, all the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, hey, fuck the backstage yelling, bring 'em out, hey, yeah, what I'm talking about my hood and this, I got rich and still in a hood to quit. You rapping by flow, I was whooping the free. Talk about shooting out, now we're doing the trick. If you hit you in the face, you gon' be throwing me quick. Yeah, we got you another case, I know it's true to be missed, so I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers a bedtime. Just see that I'm ahead of the time, I'm not going down hard, like a rebel shine. I got some time, they ain't done, like it better be time. Who got a flow when a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring 'em out, hey, I'm a hot girl yelling, bring 'em out, hey, all the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, hey, fuck the backstage yelling, bring 'em out, hey, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, you wanna be from the team, what is you gon' do? When you show up on the scene, what is you gonna show? You and your friend, the player, look, if you happen what I do, you can hit the deck, I got tools and a blitz, I can get you straight, I'ma make it hard for another something to flex, show them this ain't squad, or something to test, feel like too large and we waiting too fresh, work well and check the lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. We standing in the front yard yelling, bring 'em out, hey, all the hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, hey, all the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, hey, fuck the backstage yelling, bring 'em out, hey, all the front yard yelling, bring 'em out, hey, all the hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, hey, all the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, hey, fuck the backstage yelling, bring 'em out, hey,
Subbing in for the Bulls, number 4, Caitlin Walsh.
Oh, so just handle.
Yep. Caught now.
"23rd minute here at UB Stadium. Bulls with a corner. Dangerous spot. Comes to the middle. And it looks like we'll have a big throw-in for UB. It's 1-1. If you're just joining us, an early penalty kick for Marcy Barbarick put UB up 1-0. But Central Michigan came back and leveled the score, and that's where we stand about halfway through the first half here at UB Stadium. A wonderful day in terms of the occasion. Not so wonderful in terms of the weather. It is cold. It is... I mean, if you're familiar with UB Stadium, it's not that windy, but for most stadiums, it's pretty windy. I don't know if that's a fair thing to add, but if you've been to Buffalo, you'll appreciate that. UB pressing high, and Emily Lazenby steps in, gets the ball away. Central playing down the right side with Gail Wells. And now the Chips will have possession. Here Lazenby has the ball again. She'll start to swing it left to right, and they'll go for a long searching ball. Trapped down initially by Yurchak, looking for Barbarick. And Central will play out of the back as well. Their long ball is blocked, and Yurchak's on the case. You'll be looking to spring Barbaric the pass a little bit too far. Again, the turf is going to be slick today. It's been raining for days here in Western New York after unseasonably warm fall stretched well into October. Big kick now flicked forward by Central. And it goes to the right side. Central without the ball, looking almost like a 3-5-2. It's clearly not what we're seeing. They'll come down the left side, but that'll go out of play. Good pressure from the Bulls. It's been a very good mix of pressing and just maintaining spaces. Coach Burke's team's very disciplined.
Now in the game for the Bulls, number 14, Taylor Caridi.
Caridi entering the game for UB. They'll try the right side again, and it's going to make it out of play. A good run there. Again, the margins are always fine in playoff games, but especially so when you're talking about two teams that are playing on a wet surface. And you might say, well, don't you get used to that over time? Sure, but there are variables that you just can't account for. Again, on the left, and UB continues to keep Central hemmed in. I mean, really, it's almost been living in the final third. Central just making sure to play it safe on many occasions. It'll be out for another throw-in as UB will continue to test the resolve here at 1-1. Cross comes through, and it's going to be a wicked miss hit on the clearance. Again, the wet ball will cause some problems, but it is claimed by Central. UB get a chance again now, but quickly closed down in the midfield. That's Kai Terrell who will get the ball away, but UB's defense well suited to the task. Central will try and reload again. Boot picked off here. And the Bolts can start to move. A little flick does not go off of Central. We talk about UB, and Marcy Barbaric got her 10th goal of the year with that penalty kick, despite missing 4 games. But the scoring has been very well spread around. The Bulls with around a dozen goal scorers this year. And so you have to be aware of pretty much anybody that enters this game. The left side now allows them to be a play up there. Taken back by Central. They're going to look to split, and they find it. Moving in now is Malin. Taken back by Buffalo. They're going to look to push that ball up the right, but just aren't finding that they're making decent choices with the ball. But again, that slick surface combined with the wind and the temperature is going to make this, your true sort of seasonal game. Now it comes back deep into the midfield where Schultz has it. Schultz try to spring the right side again, but pass a little bit lacking in strength. Throw pops up in the air. Camper with a terrific play, and here comes a chance for Buffalo, but again, touch betrays it. And you'll hear me talk a lot today about touch and about things that are beyond these players' control at this point, and both coaches will know that it's going to be about maybe that icky play that delivers something, as Barbaric sends a cross into the box. That's claimed by the keeper. LaPointe has played 17 games for Central this year. She's made 75 saves entering this game. Has picked up 6 clean sheets. And you contrast that at the other end where Emily Kelly has 7 clean sheets and 59 saves this season. Central now with a rare moment and a rare chance to send the ball into Buffalo's end. They'll want to make the most of this, as they've already done so far. These are big opportunities when you are the underdog away from home, a long way away from home, a long bus ride, a lot to take into account. And as we've seen for really the last 10 minutes, no time in this end. And if it is, it's just UB reclaiming possession and trying to move the ball again. But here's this spinning ball, well dealt with, popped up into the air. Central with a chance to keep it in. Barbarick's there, she'll head it up. And again, it's moved in the same general direction by Caridi. UB finds a place in the middle. And they'll try to work the right again. That's not going to be an issue for Schultz, and she immediately plays it out wide. They're going to find some space here. Now who will join in? Coming up the right, playing in, looking for the 1-2 is Camper, and that's poked, not out. It'll be kept in. Bulls will try the right side again. That's a terrific little flick with the outside of the boot. A chance for a cross. Buffalo sends it in. And well dealt with by Central. They'll get a chance, but it won't come all the way out. And UB can reload. Barber tries a flick. Nobody there. And this will be a Buffalo throw-in. Still a quarter of an hour left in the first half. Bulls' left side has really showed some promise, but this is where it breaks down. Look at all those bodies in the middle. Barbarick's pass a little too strong and a little behind the intended receiver. And now Central will try and a counterattack. Well defended. This UB team is well drilled here. You'll see the ball come through, and they know exactly where to be. You'll see Tess Ford take a step back. You'll see Emily Lazenby move into the proper position, and there just aren't a great deal of chances. And when they are, you have one of the smarter goalkeepers in the league, in Emily Kelly, ready to pounce, and she's almost always well positioned. Of course, she's capable of the wonderful save, but as I used to say about a hockey goalie here in Buffalo named Ryan Miller, it doesn't look like she's making flashy saves all the time because she's often in the right position. Very smart player. You'll be in the final third again. They'll check it outside. But Central, again, look at all those bodies. It's the two players up top who they're hoping to spring on the counter. They're going to be dogged when UB's backs have. They're hoping, again, because of this weather, to pounce on any errant passes or mistakes or missed touches. But so far, there's been very little of that. UB just waiting to connect again in the final third. As Camper looks wide. When Gender has it, she'll try to move the ball up. Caridi can't handle, and it'll be taken the other way. And just, you can tell how hard it is to play against this Buffalo team as they prepare for another substitution. Olivia Bizzoni coming in for Wingender, who hit a really nice entry pass there and had all the business in the world of it turning into something special. But again, you're going to have to be patient. The key is to not get frustrated. Keep hold of the ball, keep trying things, know that it's not going to be pretty, and hope that training here, playing here, and the expectations and confidence that this Buffalo team has with a quick quick restart. Cutting into the left foot, towards the middle. Nobody there. Spot vacated as Barbarick made her run, and those are the things you just gotta hope to get a little bit of fate on, as it's impossible to look up as the ball takes a big skip there, and now they'll send a searching long ball the other way. Headed back up in the air, and as a jersey pull, and Abby Callahan is fine with that. They'll take possession. Now UB has a chance to send into the box, and this is interesting now when you take a look at how the Bulls will line up for this chance. You know, they'll want to restart possession. You see the 5 players back there in close range, and watch as Central comes toward the ball. They'll want to press. Will UB find the hole? Ford plays it wide to the right. And now a long curling ball goes over the head of the marker. And now this is what we're talking about with the pitch. A couple of funny bounces, and UB might be in position. Turning back around the right. Quick ball to the middle. They'll cut towards. Open for a left foot. Oh, really smart and interesting play there by Caridi. It just didn't make it. And she'll have another chance now. Ball popped up into the air. Buffalo still living in the central end. Now down to less than a dozen minutes here in the first half. 1-1 your score. UB opening the scoring on a Barbarick penalty. Central answering. On the right side now. Buffalo looks for a split. That's a really good run. Here's another chance for a cross. They're going to keep trying it, and this time, oh, a terrific save. A terrific save. It looked like Kat Camper had a chance for her 4th of the year. She put it towards goal, but LaPointe was there for a crucial save and did not leave a rebound as well. Buffalo continuing to find joy now on this right side, and it's going to open up the left maybe for some switches. But they'll again try the right. Moving towards Barberg running centrally. The defender pulled. Oh. Marcy takes a step. She plays it through, and that's going to be just off sides. LaPointe was ready with a splayed right peg. About 10 minutes to go here at UB Stadium in the MAC Women's Soccer Championship Playoffs. UB on a mission. Looking for some bounces. It's a season that really, if you break down what stopped them from maybe being unbeaten, it was mostly bounces when you talk about the league. And those variables are what give teams like Central hope of coming in here and getting a result. 1-1, your score. It's going to be a big throw-in for Central Michigan here. Central's actually outscored their opponents 19-16. And, of course, beat UB earlier this year. And they'll be carrying that experience with them, hoping for something similar. But whereas Central has a 19-16 goal advantage on the season, UB's is a gaudy 32-18. And the Bulls certainly challenged themselves this year as well. A win at UConn, that season opening loss at West Virginia that accounted for 4 of their 18 goals conceded. And in fact, you look at the losses, the other one is 2-1 at Ohio and 1-0 at Central Michigan. It's very difficult to beat this team twice. Central's done it once. Of course, they did it earlier in the season as well. And the Bulls play at the back, forward to Lazenby. She'll spin a ball towards the middle. Taken down. Good tackle there, but met the same manner by Buffalo. Out wide to the right, saved in bounds. More of a desperation has allowed Central to keep the ball. And this is where UB has to keep winning these battles right in the middle of the pitch, and Central is doing a good job. They'll be happy to continue to scrap and scrap and scrap and hope that they get a bounce when the ball comes into Buffalo's end. But here comes Barbaric, and she's dangerous moving forward. She's moving into space. She's going to cut to the right and spin it, but it dips right below the goal. Not the purchase that she wanted, still enough to challenge it. And when it bounces in front of the keeper, if it can bounce even a step more, again, in this weather, on this turf, it's going to be a challenge. Out wide it comes. Out wide. UB again seeing it. If they can find something in the middle, they'll go out wide. Maybe one more body. And it's another cross, headed clear. It's been a busy middle of the defense for Central. And this is what they hope to spring as Camper tracks back and makes it hard and forces a pass maybe a little quicker than Central would have wanted to. And it's back with Tess Ford playing to the middle. These aerial duels that are so far being well dealt with by Central's back line. You just can't do that all day. And there's going to have to be some sort of switch if they intend to strike again in play. And again, we come up the right. A chance for 1v1. Barbaric breaks to come close to the ball. Now she'll step back and survey her territory. Looks for a split. She gets it. Battling the ball a little bit. Appeared to be Caridi. Comes off the side of Ford's foot. Schultz plays it back to Lazenby, and now back to Ford. Quick pass, and this is where Emily can bring it forward. She'll instead try with a right foot to find Camper. Intercepted. And CMU walks themselves into some big pressure. Options are limited. Right back, UB very well possession, and the loose ball is theirs. You feel like at this point Central would love to get it to halftime at 1-1. Going out wide, Bizzoni. Eyes are chance, plays towards the middle. It's Barber, it cuts in. This is promising. To the outside, cross. Oh, no chance for a cross, and the tackle was there. And then kind of one of those unfortunate plays where your first thought is, could I have missed something with my eyes? Could we possibly have a penalty here? But of course not. It's well timed, and again, Central making the pivotal plays to keep themselves in this game. This might be the first time, the second time maybe, since 15 minutes in, that we've seen the ball genuinely and deeply in UB's third. Couple of subs for the Bulls. It won't be Schultz as she continues to work, playing it out wide, now cutting, trying to find those numbers, and here's a real opportunity. They'll play down the line with the outside of the boot. Doesn't have a lot of mustard on it, but it'll be controlled by UB, and now a really good chance has gone out for a throw-in. Zumpano, who had just checked into the game, really with nice work there. And how can you adapt? Again, I don't want to harp on the weather. It's got to be so annoying for all of you at home. But if you take a look around the track when the camera pans, what you're going to see is puddles. And imagine, obviously, it's a very nice pitch here. But that water is very much proof of what we've been experiencing in Western New York. If you've got a grass yard, it's not grass right now, it's water. And that's only a little exaggerated. 4 minutes left here in the first half. Corner kick coming up for the Bulls. They're going to keep two back. Numbers favor Central with the hands, but a lot of numbers forward for UB. Swept in. This has a chance to make it on its own. It's caught. LaPointe proving to be the crucial character so far in this contest. I know UB would like to get a little bit more on their shots. They've gotten themselves into dangerous positions, but the keeper has to make the saves, and she has so far. That a nice high claim, but UB will keep pressing. A goal here before the end of the half would send some sort of message and ask questions that perhaps both teams would want to ask, whether Central can get it on a counter or UB can finally convert on one of these very dangerous plays. And to get so much of it coming down the right side as it's played out. Whether by design or by the flow of the game, this is where UB has identified the chance. And, you know, I know Coach Burke and his staff are as well prepared as any around. And in some ways, they have the harder task today. You know, Marv Levy, the Buffalo Bills, is famous for saying what it takes to win is simple, but it isn't easy. And that's the situation. UB has to find answers through a packed-in group, and Coach Groves of Central has them well drilled for that. This may be played out, and it will. Good pressure. It's on the Bulls again because you don't know when the ball's going to start slipping and sputtering or slow or speed up. Keep pressuring the loose balls. 2:22 to go in the first half here from UB Stadium in Buffalo, New York. Up the right side, and that's going to stay UB ball with 130 seconds to go in the half. And this is a real opportunity now. A good bounce. Can the cutback come in? It's partially blocked, and UB will get another corner kick. 2 minutes to go. A little bit of a different scenario here, or maybe it'll be much of the same. Yep. Look at the two players. It looks to be Ford. Maybe Zumpano atop the 18 for any loose balls that come in. And it's back flick up into the air and cleared out. It'll be another corner kick with a minute 30 to go. A terrific little backhill flick that had Central scrambling for a moment and forced to head out. A minute 24 to go now. UB really knocking the wind again with the Bulls in this half. This corner served higher towards the back post, going up, popped up into the air. It'll be another corner kick. Now a minute not. Oh. It was the head ref on the case and catching exactly what he needed to. There was absolutely... It's a corner kick, let's put it that way. 50 seconds to play here in the first half. A third consecutive corner kick for the Bulls. Right arm raised, sent in. This one again high towards the back post. Going up is UB. It's in the air and just over the goal. And it looks like we may have had a foul called on the Bulls anyway. 35 seconds to go. Central rushes up. Maybe they're going to try for one long sweeping play. No, they'll build out of the back. They've only got 28 seconds to do it. UB, Lazenby, fine positioning and fine defending here. And she may get the ball. That's going to be whistled for a foul. With 15 seconds on the clock, Central will look to send a big one in. Can they strike against the flow of play? It's sent through, well dealt with by the Bulls, and with 6 seconds left, barring something wild, and we may try it, 3 seconds on the clock, 2 seconds, and the kick won't be off, and we're going to go to the break. Halftime here at UB Stadium. The Bulls struck early on a penalty kick. Central Michigan has answered, and we've got plenty of time left in this one. Will we see a significant upset, or the Bulls take care of business? For Central, looking for a second big win over Buffalo. For Buffalo, just looking to deliver the goods and deliver on what was a very promising first half. They've got to find that goal. The next one, obviously, sportsman's cliche, is going to be very, very important. That'll be it. We'll see you in a quarter hour for the second half of Buffalo and Central Michigan. Hi, how are you? I'm all right. Yeah. Right, it could be, yeah. Welcome back to UB Stadium. The Buffalo Bulls and Central Michigan tied up at 1-1. Big playoff game here with both teams seeking the next step en route to a MAC championship. Central Michigan did not have much of the ball in the first half, but both teams scored penalties, and that has us level at 1. Bulls 3 at the back to start this second half, and Central with a bit of possession. Ball swept in and pounded out by Lazenby. Send her players to come track. Bulls had the shot advantage, 8-2 in the first half and 4-2 when you count on target. They had 7 of the game's corners, and there were only 7 corners. So it shows you a little bit about where UB was. But one half obviously doesn't make a game. Ball played down to the left side. Central will attack. Zabrowski playing it back. Here comes a big cross. Sent in. That's dangerous, but into the safe hands of a leaping Emily Kelly. It was a very good cross sent in by the left back, Riley Mann. And it was the center mid surging forward to try and not. It couldn't get there. Yurchek with a big win. And now Marcy Barbrick's on the case. She has the penalty for UB. Ball spent back. One high into the air. Lazenby stepping forward. And that's Gail Wells tracking back. Central looking to keep up with possession here. Yurchek causing havoc. And here come the Bulls. Camper's looking for Barbrick. She springs around the left. It hits her back heel on the run. Marcy takes a step back. And she'll play it. And UB now back in possession. Playing it wide. And it hops over the foot of Barbrick. And again, we mentioned this a lot in the first half, but you might be just joining us. It's been a very wet period here in Western New York. The ball's going to skip quite a bit. And as the game moves on, it could be one fancy play. It may also be one mistake that leads to a grimy goal that delivers a spot in the semis. Another ball swung in by Mann. Well dealt with by Callahan. Okay, Rukin to Schultz. Schultz had an outstanding first half, especially the final half hour, marshaling the middle of the park. Goes back to Tess Ford, and she's got some time on the ball. She'll carry it a little. Uses her left peg to hit Barbrick. But that takes a funny bounce. Bulls look to try the right side where they had a lot of their joy earlier. And Rukin wins the ball. No foul called, and Central will build again from the left side, much to the consternation of the UB faithful. Very decent crowd here on a cold Sunday in Western New York. Ford finds Rukin again. She'll cut back, and it's Schultz. UB swinging it right to left. Here's Lazenby, right peg, headed into the air, 50-50 ball, and the Bulls will come away with it. Kat Camper, team leader in assists, does all the little things very, very well. Now they'll swing it, but move it back to the left again, and it's Camper. Plays it towards the middle, pass a little too strong, and Barbrick's there. Tries the through ball, didn't have the run she wanted to meet that pass, but Schultz wins it back for UB again. Buffalo very much in control of the ball now. This is much like the first half, but it's still just 1-1. Searching ball cut off by Central Michigan. Some really good play today out of Megan Logue, and she'll find Gail Wells. But Schultz is there again. She's been all over the middle of the park. Through ball picked off. It's Logue who searches long for Wells again. And that's not coincidence. Now a good cut. Slick move to find space on the right side. Central's got more numbers. But Schultz again cuts it off from the middle, standing in front of those center backs. Yurchak tracking back hard. And now a long high ball will end up in the safe hands of Emily Kelly. The Wilson, New York native surveys the field, has Ford next to her, and will defer. Center back brings it forward. She's got some room. The press will come from Dobrolowski. Now goes wide and a chance for Callahan to survey the field. She finds Yurchik the pass a little too in front of her intended receiver, but she gets it back. And this time, there's just a couple times today, there's nothing you can do about it, where the break goes one way. Well, here's a break for UB, literally a handball off of Chesney Wargo. But a couple times, Marcy Barber can be a very unpredictable in a good way forward. It's just those moments where the ball's been hit, but the player breaks in the other direction, and it was a good pass, it was a good run, but it didn't turn out that way. Bulls overloading the back post now from a free kick. Callahan who looks to sweep it in. It's low, it's not going to get past the first defender. And Central will clear but not out. Camper has a little trouble, and Central's going to try and build for a counter here, and that's a very, very good ball. It's a Brolowski, and it's picked off by Rukin. Barbaric makes some space for herself and will send it long, and Central will again get to regroup. It's been very much about their center backs, Megan Logue and Rachel Logue. They've dealt well with the challenge of dealing with UB. But UB again, not even letting the ball. The only way to find Emily Kelly, aside from the penalty, the keeper, has been huge searching balls, and she will rise to get them almost every time. And LaPointe has been very good at the other end, as we pointed out earlier. Both teams have opened up the playbooks a little bit, whether it's UB and how they play on corners, or clearly the discussion at halftime for Central was, can we spring, can we bypass the lines, can we jump over the midfield? Because Schultz has been running the midfield. She's got it again. That time it was Ford who won the tackle. Schultz looking to get rid of the ball, and she instead almost gives it away. And a good fight there. What a bit of business by Buffalo, and they'll surge forward. And another good step, and she's feeling it now. And taken down, that's going to be a free kick for Buffalo. What terrific work from Leo Engender, and Buffalo is in very promising position now. This kick's going to come about 35 yards out goal. Centrally is a tricky place to play it. Let's see how the Bulls line up. They're going to spread out a bit. Kat Camper is to the right if they want to mix it up. Now they'll head and start the runs. 5 Bulls at the back post. Well, on the back post end of this potential kick. And Camper's going to join them now. So let's make it 6. 4 and 2 behind them. Barbaric in front of a 2-person wall. It's played short. Oh, and a good intervention there by Central. The flick was on, and Barbaric was going to be Central one-on-one with the keeper. But I didn't see which Central Michigan player got just enough of that flick to divert it. And now Central's in a really promising position. Dangerous for the Bulls here. But again, they've been so strong when challenged. And Schultz, for clearance now, is picked off by Central. They're going to charge down the right side. A good chance here. It's sent towards goal, but well wide of the near post. When Central does get the ball, they're ready to bring everybody forward. The good news for UB is that their players track back very quickly. There isn't a, well, someone else is going to get that. There's an understanding of a season's goals all coming into play right now. Central press. Will go wide, and a little bit of a miscommunication, and Rukin can't get it before it goes out of bounds. And Central has another chance here. It'll be hauled in by Mann, but taken back by Schultz again, who's been absolutely immense. Rukin to Schultz. Plays it back to Tess Ford, and now it's a long ball searching for Yurchik. It's going to carry more as the wind has, you might have noticed in the first half, I talked about that strong wind going to the left, and I also talked about how UB Stadium is an absolutely unpredictable place for wind. The flags are alternating in the left end. They were blowing right to left in a strong fashion. A minute ago, they were blowing left to right, and now they've sort of shifted to the benches. And we're now 35 minutes left in regulation. It's still 1-1. Central has a better idea of what they want to do with the ball when they get it here, whatever they spoke about at halftime. But again, they're going to have to get past a very disciplined UB team that has proven up for every challenge. And this is going to be a goal kick for Emily Kelly. Through the middle. Camper gets it to Barbrick. She'll be able to turn with it and plays it into space. Kat Camper gets it on her right foot. She's going to turn back and find Marcy on her right foot. And 3 Central Michigan players are there to get the ball, and Schultz just charges into her mark. And it's going to make it out of... Nope. Ford saves it and looks to Emily Kelly. She's going to get to survey the field. Dobrowolski has made sure that harrying whoever gets the ball in UB's back line is an option when possible. Yurchik holds it up again. She's looking for her best option and finds it out wide. Playing forward, here come the Bulls. Barbrick making a run, and Central deals with it. It's cleared again. Schultz pops it up, and Schultz wins the ball, playing it back to Lazenby. She's pressured again, and she's going to win it. To the left side. Searching ball to Yurchik, who chests it down. She's fouled, no call, as I guess possession is played. I mean, she was rocked from behind. And we'll keep an eye on her as she is dealing with something, but now Central's dealing with UB. Is when Gender tried to find Barbrick. Big clearance headed forward by Yurchik. Barbrick pressures the back. And Logue sends it back up the right side to Gail Wells. It's going to be a throw for Central Michigan with 33 minutes to play here. In regulation, Buffalo and Central Michigan tied up at 1. Head up into the air.
Bring it down.
And taken by Camper in a sea of Central Michigan players. Yurchik holds it up. The loose ball's going to come free. Camper was making the run, and she'll continue. Central plays it out. It's going to be a big throw-in for the Bulls here in the final third. Yurchik's going to come off. Hopefully she's feeling a lot better after that foul. She got kind of charged into in the upper half of her body from behind and bent down. She looks fine now, maybe just shaken up a bit, but a chance to get a breath. And a big, big game here. The throw-in goes to the... And that was last touch by Central. Initially looked to me like a mistouch, but everybody reacted in a way that just proves my eyes are bad, so apologies for that. The crowd who might have thought a goal kick was coming. Central brings everybody back except Gail Wells. She'll hang up top with 2 Bulls. Callahan's going to send in the corner. Bulls have 2 on the line and 3 beyond that, and then
It's going right in the middle.
2 well-marked players top the 18. It's swept in again. This is another good invitation. Headed up into the air twice by the Bulls. Barbrick sends it back in. Central fighting for it now, and they're going to give the chance for a clear, but it was deflected up into the air. Go to work. And now Tess Ford. Will she sweep it in? She's got room to do it if she wants. She'll play it wide. A smart little move when Gender finds her entry point.
Pin.
She looks back. And this time it's Schultz who sends in a delightful ball, maybe just a little bit too strong. Dealt with by Central. Headed out. The possession has certainly not ended. Buffalo moving down the right side, and a little bit of a mistouch, but the Bulls fight on. And Central will be happy that they have been able to absorb these dangerous chances, but they won't like how many have come. Buffalo continuing to knock on the door with a half hour to go in regulation. Wells has been swung from the right side of the pitch to the left side of the pitch. She's clearly there to harry the Bulls.
Kyle, make a run. Make a run.
Huge throw-in. I'm not sure it ever made it in. Loose ball in the center of the pitch. Camper fighting for it. Poked in the other direction. And they'll try it again from the right. UB making a sub when Gender coming off.
Now on the field for the Bulls, number 10, Olivia Bizzoni.
And it's Bizzoni in for Buffalo on the left side. Schultz pops the ball up into the air, and they'll go to the right side for Wells, who plays it off her hand, and won't matter anyways. It's a throw-in for Buffalo. Callahan goes all the way back to Tess Ford. And she'll carry towards the middle of the pitch before dropping it out to Lazenby. Goes back to Emily Kelly. Kelly's pass is a little bit off the mark, and she expresses some consternation, and Central will have a throw in a dangerous foot, and here they all come forward again. Again, those rare opportunities when they get the ball, they'll try to strike, and they'll get another one now, as Rukin couldn't keep it in. Now further into UB's third for the first time in probably at least 10 minutes. Barbarick's got it now. She'd like to use her speed, and she will. She finds herself in space and sends a long, searching ball over the top. Bouncing ball is handled well by Central and played out. It'll be a UB throw. Pretty good pressure there from the Bulls' Caridi. Logue, however, deals with the danger again.
Still in.
It seems like if we were to talk about touches in this game, so many of them for Central have come from their center backs and been aimed to get the ball to Wells, whereas for UB, it's been very well spread around the pitch as Caitlin Walsh checks into the game. 18 games this season for the Bulls, 2 assists, and gets an immediate touch on the ball. Blocked by Schultz, and Walsh has it again. She'll play it to Callahan. She seeks to bypass the line. Taken down by Caridi. Barbarick tracking down the ball and playing out wide for Central. Lazenby plays it back in. Camper knocks it down for Barbarick. That's going to be played over the top, but Central's there. Disciplined performance from those backs. Amanda Britton, number 23, has become more involved in this game, especially in the second half. She'll be looking to receive this throw that UB clears out for another throw-in.
Kyle, make a run towards the ball.
Apologies to the Wells family if they're not here. It's Gael Wells, calling her Gail. Ball split to the middle. Barbarick's going to have a chance to survey the territory. Takes a step to the wide. And it's Callahan moving forward. Back to Barbarick. Barbarick, they'll continue to make the press. Sent towards the middle. Camper tries a flick. It's going to end up with the Bulls anyways, and out for a throw-in. Quick throw, knocked down. Caridi fighting for it. Ball sent back towards midfield. Lazenby's there, but it pops up into the air, and she'll be pressed by Dobrowolski. Central finding a little bit more opportunity to work with the ball here. As it's sent down the left side. Lazenby in a race with Dobrowolski. And it'll be out for a Central Michigan throw. Sub for Central as Wells will come out of the game.
The Chippewas, number 15, Elizabeth Clifton.
And that's Clifton coming in, as you heard over the loudspeaker. Not going to tell you my eyes are that good. I hadn't seen her turn around yet. Number 15. Big throw coming up for Central. Sent in. Looks like we're going to get a corner, much to the chagrin of UB. Ball just kind of landed there, and I'm not sure that any any coach is going to be happy with that, because Central certainly wasn't surging towards it and shouldn't have fallen there if you're on UB's side of the dime. Right-footed ball sent to a very dangerous place. It's headed into the air and just over the net. Dangerous for a moment, but you could tell by Kelly's calmness as the ball looped over the net that it wasn't real danger.
Win that ball, win
The press is coming on from Central. And Callahan's again on the right, sending a high ball towards Barbaric. Goes off the foot of Chesney Wargo. And now a foul. And UB's going to look for a quick restart as Ford surveys the land. She'll look right, and it's going to give an opportunity. Barbaric played in on the right side. She's going to sweep in across this block. She gets it back. She'll try her luck again, or will she? Cutting onto her left foot, sending it in! And cleared by Central. Ball pops up into the air now. Central fighting for it, and they will get it out. UB regrouping. Safety first. Ford pops it up into no man's land, and scooping it up is Walsh. Going wide, and that might be too much to ask of Callahan. She can't rescue it before it goes out of bounds. 1-1 here between Buffalo and Central Michigan. A MAC playoff game, lots and lots on the line. Entire season's worth. With under 24 minutes left in regulation. Bulls struck early on a penalty. Central had the answer, and now Walsh has been fouled. Callahan plays it back to Tess Ford. Ford with a big switch. A little bit of lacking, and Central has a chance, but cut out well. A very good tackle there. The Bulls now have some time. Barbaric. Back to the left. Camper hugging the touchline. Sends the ball in, moving back towards the middle, and now a chance for Buffalo to split the middle of the field. And Central deals with it. Look how many bodies. It's taken back by the Bulls and a foul called. Look at that. You've got 8 Central Michigan players. Probably could have been wrapped up by within 20 yards of the ball. And that is very frustrating for a team, because if you want to play through them on the ground, you got to hit pinpoint passes. And again, the wet surface really challenges that. On a windy day, if you want to go over the top, you got to deal with that as well. So a little bit of chess, a little risk too, not the game, just the risk of how dangerous do you want to play. Buffalo has been there though, for the 50-50 balls, for the second balls. It's a cagey match. I think there's a lot of respect between these two teams, especially after Central beat Buffalo 1-0 earlier this season. And here come the Bulls, playing it through. That's going to be offside. That's going to be offside. Had to hold the run just one more instant. And couldn't happen. And here comes Ashley Lapointe. Will she look for a long ball from here at the top of the 18? Central's goalkeeper. Spinning ball headed down by the Bulls. And turning with it. Battle of 14s. Played out by Rachel Logue. Taylor Caridi had heroics earlier this month. Looking for a little bit of that as well as Annie Judas checks in for Buffalo. Played late in the half. Senior out of Lancaster, New York. So funny, there's a Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Met a couple people from there. Criticized me for using the Western New York verbiage of Lancaster. There, I just read it wrong. Central, the sliding clearance. It's going to go all the way back to Emily Kelly. She has Tess Ford behind her, but instead we'll cut to the middle of the field. The familiar feet of Callahan to Walsh. Her flick goes towards Judas, and that's going to go out of play, and Buffalo has another throw-in on the right side. Callahan coming up to take it. Bulls, again, with a lot of the ball. The danger. I don't know if we've seen a true shot towards LaPointe yet in Central's goal. And maybe this is the chance. As here comes Walsh, playing it towards the middle. And for a moment, the ball to Kat Camper was on, but it got caught up. Again, we talked about the wet surface, and it's so annoying and so frustrating if you're a fan because the opportunity was there, but impossible to sort out. No one to blame, as Caridi for a moment had Camper in. Maybe also wondered whether her current left wing was onside. She was. LaPointe sweeping it in. Walsh touches it. Momentary struggle on the ball. Goes wide, and that is certainly a foul. Had to do it. No one's going to blame Peyton Robertson for that one. Just grabbed a hold of the jersey, tried to disguise it cleverly, because otherwise Central could have had a break. And now everyone but the Lobes go forward, and of course the goalkeeper, Ashley LaPointe. She'll send a long ball. It's a good one. Lazenby's there to head it up. Ball brought down by Central Michigan. It's Deschalk. Plays it through. Ball bounding around on the ground. It's in the air again. Danger not averted yet. Well fought for by Central. Can they get the left foot across off? They can. Headed down by Robertson. Central again. And a charge into the ball. Very critical charge by Walsh, who put off the shot just enough. It's one of those tricky, smart plays. You know, if she doesn't charge into her there at the top of the 18, a very dangerous spot, that's a more dangerous shot for Kelly to deal with. Remember that play if this game goes in Buffalo's favor. And there's 19 minutes left in regulation. Another searching ball played down. And there's room to run here. Central's Loeb plays it off. Oh, wow. A terrific break for Buffalo. Not overruled either, and this is going to have the Central fans upset, as you can hear. Played towards the middle. Camper pops it into the box. We talked about bounces earlier. Did UB just get one? Walsh sends a high arcing ball into the mix, and the keeper claims it. LaPointe's been good today, and trying to block. This is going to be a yellow card and a half. Judas with a gets in the mix. So block the punt is always going to end that way. Slows down the game and give UB a chance to regroup right now. With Barbaric on the sidelines. We've got Judas up top with...
Actually, he's writing down your player's name for the penalty.
Got some inter-team banter going on here from the fans. Lazenby deals with that. Central starting to find their way into this game as they approach the final 18 minutes. You wonder if there isn't a little bit of guidance here. Again, you're subbing less than UB, maybe a little bit happier to give your starters a run and say, hey, over these final 18 minutes, try and get it now, because another half hour probably helps the hosts. Now Logue's going to have a chance from just inside her half to send the ball into the mix for Central. 1-1 here on a pair of penalties. Ball over the top. Lazenby moves out of the way, and it will get out for a goal kick.
Now coming out of the field for the Bulls, number 8, Leah Wengender, and number 11, Marcy Barbaric.
Wengender of Barbaric checking back into the game. You know, Central has been pretty good away from home. 5 wins and a draw in all games, and 3 wins and a draw in conference. Buffalo only loss they're really looking at home is that surprise defeat to Central Michigan. So a little bit of vengeance in the minds, but it's hard to really think about that when you're just aiming to fulfill your season's goals in a playoff game.
Bring the ball down.
Ball sent back. Schultz wins it forward. Pushed forward. Caritti's fighting for it. And that's going to be a foul. For sure. And a chance for Central to restart with 16 minutes on the clock here in the second half at UB Stadium. Riley Mann, Canadian from Mississauga, Ontario, plays it through. Picked off by Callahan, but her bid to find Barbaric is a little bit too strong. And Chessie Wargo rebuilds for Central. Big cross is going to open up into space, but Emily Kelly read it the whole way, and she's going to collect it inside the 18. One of the numbers that stands out when you talk about Buffalo's season is just how many attempts they had on goal. 267, right? I think, okay, well, I look around the league and I see 223 for Central Michigan. Now, look at the attempts conceded. Just 164 times have the opponents managed to trouble, or get a shot off, I should say, with 81 of them, less than half, finding their way towards Emily Kelly. UB trying again, and they're going to find a rare bit of space to play towards the middle. Pass a little bit behind, and a loose ball again. This time pressing it is Matilda Mellon. But UB has it again. This is a packed-in defense for Central. And the pressers doing work as well. Can they spring down the left side? Maybe. Judas leaps up. This is going to be a throw for the Bulls. "14 minutes to go here in this second half. Throw in. Quickly marked, tightly marked. But Buffalo comes away with the ball. There's an opportunity here. Oh, just flicked. Couldn't wrap her foot around the ball, the outside of the foot, in order to find the shooting lane, and we get another sub for the Bulls.
Now subbing in for the Bulls, number 15, Alia Rukin.
Rukin back into the mix for Buffalo as it bids to find a winner. Central looking to defy them and then able to hit them on the counter. But that's the thing, when Central finds the ball in this stage of the game, in this part, they are ready to press. They are ready to find their chance. Ball goes wide, racing back for it is Walsh. She turns, lays it off for Callahan. She's available again, and it comes back to Walsh. She's eyeing up a long ball. Can't quite get it. Is Caridi. Callahan plays it back to Tess Ford. She'll settle with her left foot, and she'll instead go short. Here's Olivia Schultz. Back to Ford. Ford dribbles forward. It's going to go to Caridi. Now Callahan sends a right-footed ball trying to find Barbrick, and she's offsides. She had just crept back behind Logue, and the referee had it in mind. Here on Halloween in the University of Buffalo, here at UB Stadium, 1-1 between Buffalo and Central Michigan. UB a 9th minute penalty for Marcy Barbrick, the same for Samantha K. Terrell for Central, just a few minutes later, and that's where we stand at 1-1. Flicked up into the air. Central's going to come, they've got a little bit of numbers now. When in the midfield, can they make it work for them? Some confusion, but they come away with the ball and send it to Elizabeth Clyston.
Nice, good work.
Coming through, Ford heads it clear, now headed down. And that's going to be called a handball just outside the box. A very, very dangerous opportunity for Central Michigan here. From about 19 yards, he's going to take it back. Call it 21 yards from goal. Emily Kelly lining up her wall. And the 5-person wall is going to leave some people at the back post. And Central has all the numbers in the world if they want to pass it. But it's also difficult if you've got a strong left foot here to not want to tempt that wall. The danger absolutely huge here, and they'll send out wide Chesney Wargo. The kick is over the bar. Isn't a terrible idea, but again, those numbers at the back posts presented a real opportunity for Central Michigan. Of course, if the ball's a little bit lower and it goes in, we're all heralding a hero, because it doesn't look like there have been many clear-cut chances here in this second half. A half begging for a hero. So far, the heroes have all been the ball winners. Tall kick, knocked down, takes a little bit of a bounce, and it's controlled by UB.
Help her out,
Left-footed
help her out.
pass could spring Barbaric,
Bulls, number
but
12,
coming out is
Jack
LaPointe.
Campbell.
She'll send the ball into outer space before the forward can close her down.
Down.
Here's Lazenby. Quick short pass. She'll get it back again. Now she'll try a long ball. Headed up by Robertson. Barbaric takes it down. She'll keep it on her right, now her left foot. And played out by Samantha K. Toral. Toral had the goal. 2 goal scorers combining there for a battle. Now ball swept down the left side. Kat Camper's trying to get onto it, and it'll be a throw-in for Buffalo with 9:43 to go here in the second half. Really started to get into that time where you're holding tight, holding hope, looking for your big moment, but it's going to be a throw-in for Central Michigan. Buffalo's 12-3-3 season. They haven't lost since that defeat on October 10th to Central Michigan. Their only loss since late September.
Gael, stop doing
There have been some
that.
draws in there.
Bring the ball down.
Northern
get back.
Illinois 1-1, Toledo 0-0. But Buffalo hasn't lost much. Here's Walsh taking it on her left foot and turning it up. Ball's gone. Here comes Central. Wells is checked back into the game for Central, and she's up top. Problem is, so is Tess Ford, a fantastic defender with plenty of experience.
Good way.
And she has her pocket picked.
Cut back,
A little
cut
bit too
back, cut
daring.
back.
And Central's going to try down the left side, Dobrolovsky.
You don't have numbers. Don't cross. Don't cross. Good work.
Right-footed cross is picked out by UB,
Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring
but
it
falls
down.
to Central. Ball played forward. Here's Barbaric. Marcy spots a run. It's a good run from Caretti. Caretti's going to try the right side. Central has numbers back. It's going to have to be 1v1 magic.
You're good. Hold her there.
And
Hold
she
her
steps
there.
over. She gets it.
Good
To her
D.
right foot. Caretti can't sweep it in, and that's going to be a corner kick. What a good bit of work there. UB late joining up with the numbers. And we're going to have a corner from the left side. Callahan moving in. Buffalo sorting themselves out. Still with the 2 players atop the 18. And that demands marking from Central. 2 on the goal line. And 3 about 8 yards out from goal. They're called back a little bit. That may have come from associate coach Casey Durkaz. Ball swept in. The header. Oh, Tess Ford. I think that was her almost with the opportunity to fire that ball home with her head. As we reach 7 minutes and 22 seconds left in regulation here at UB Stadium. 1-1 your score. All the goals coming in the first 16 minutes. Ball's lively. Walsh takes it down, spinning off her right foot, slides, and it's taken back by Central.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Left-footed ball over the top. Kelly is there. Emily Kelly, safe hands, smart reader of the game, and she'll look around.
All right, bring the ball
She
down.
wants to go on an adventure
Send it
here,
down.
and she sends the ball on its way. 2 bulls there. Good flick on by Schultz. Now Callahan sends it back in.
All right.
You talk about first balls, second balls. We're on to the 4th ball here before we have settled possession, and it goes out wide, and that's when Gender, keeping her eye, looking for options. Here's Kat Camper. Scoop pass to her. She's looking out wide, then she turns back in. Camper tries to bypass the line. She does. Another opportunity, and it's just not enough on the touch from Caretti. Good ideas there to break down this disciplined Central Michigan defense. And now they're going to try from the left side. 1v1 move, cuts to the middle, right foot.
Good
Finds Camper.
defense.
Camper cuts
Good
it back.
defense, no shot.
Walsh. She'll step to the right. A slide tackle wins the ball, but Callahan's there, and she's going to send it. It deflects to the top of the 18. Central playing it out. Callahan there again.
Find a player. Find a player.
And Callahan will just play it out of bounds rather than allow Dobrowolski.
Coming into the Chippewas, number 35,
So continue to hold up the ball. Maddie West checking in for Central. There's now 5 minutes to play in regulation. Drama really amps itself up in your overtime, doesn't it? When you know someone's season ends, if it gets there. But we're essentially there now. The way that the good chances have come in this game, and that's a mighty shot to the face of Olivia Schultz. Referee's going to have a conversation with her, make sure her head's fine, we suppose. Confident Schultz is doing well. He's going to ask for a drop ball here because he called play to assess for a head injury. Or maybe he's just going to have Central play the ball to UB. Seems like one of the players getting directions right now. UB, of course, preparing as if Central's allowed to attack with vigor. And I guess there's that. Just shocking, the lack of communication. There's only 2 people on the field, but again, we assume the referee who they do thankless work. Communicated it well to both teams and maybe just the coaches and us. Obviously couldn't tell from our vantage point, well away from the play, but now Buffalo comes down the left side, a little bit of a heavy touch. And there's 4:40 on the clock in this 1-1 game between Buffalo and Central Michigan. Throwing for the Bulls. And Lazenby gets it back. She'll now send one up into the air, a 50-50 ball. Barber charges in but can't get it. Rukin settles. Looks for her option. She's going to go towards the middle. Caridi slips it to Walsh. Walsh tries to find Barbarick, but a good interception. And now Central can go back the other way. Callahan is quick to close down the ball. And now Ford muscles it out with her left thigh. 1-1, 4 minutes on the clock now. Throw-in for Riley Mann. It's a good heave. Wells takes it down, cuts it in, and Ford is there to cut it out. And played out by Callahan. Central trying to steal it with their next chance. Again, Buffalo has had a lot of the ball, but they've been closed down when it mattered. Few offsides in the mix as well.
Get onside.
Big sweeping cross to the back post, headed down. Hard charge to get it. And a little bit of chess here. It's going to be a goal kick. Thought it might have been a throw-in, but they got a better advantage than us, obviously. And now Emily Kelly will get the ball with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play in regulation. Ford's going to take the kick. Kelly calling for the teams to tighten. Win this ball and then win the second. Try to win it in regulation. Ball comes down. It's sent forward. It's a race. And Barbarick, the second ball's there. Caridi closing down. But Central composed and turns it back upfield. Amanda Britton sends it wide. It's going to go all the way to Emily Kelly, who will look forward now. She wants everybody to go forward. Hey, if you're not going to be able to get past a disciplined defense because, again, we mentioned the sort of chess match nature of it, then send it up and let your athletes try and win it for you. Here's Ford. It's a long ball. Caridi. Her pressure allows Barbarick to take it on the end line, and Central's going to play it out. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in regulation here. On a chilly day, on a wet turf pitch, UB and Central knotted at 1. Chance for a big cross here. Instead, it'll be played along the ground. Walsh will take it. She's going to turn back towards the middle. Excuse me, that's not Walsh. That's Wengender. And it goes back to Camper. Kat Camper sends it towards the back post. Barbarick, it won't reach her. And it's cleared up with the ball taken by UB's Robertson. Down to Camper. Camper plays it in. Headed out by Logue. Camper's going to get it again. This time she'll settle it. Camper working out right. Goes to Wengender. She sends it in, and that'll bounce in front of the keeper, and the point collects it with 1 minute and 11 seconds left. And you know that means the next goal is going to win this one, unless, of course, we end up in penalties. A long searching ball over the top. Ford has it with her head as we hit the last minute of play in regulation. Wengender plays it up. Taken down. Well. It's Zumpano, but it's going to go all the way back towards the left corner. Callahan in a race with Dobrowolski. And it will hit the corner flag for a throw-in. 38 seconds to go, where every goal's a golden goal. Ball played through, chopped up out of the air, and then off the ground. And Schultz has it. She heads it forward. 23 seconds to go. Long ball played forward, searching. And Barbaric has it. And she'd like to find Zumpano, but there's an overlapping run coming on the left side from Caridi. 12 seconds to go. Caridi cuts towards the middle. She's 40 yards out from goal to Kat Camper. Camper, ball pops up. Wengender's going to have to shoot. She does. It's going towards goal and wide of the far post. And we're headed for overtime here at UB Stadium. How magical would that have been if the ball found its way inside the side netting? We'll have a 5-minute break and return for overtime of a big playoff game here at UB Stadium. Bulls 1, Central Michigan 1.
Overtime will consist of 2 golden goals, 10-minute periods, with 2 minutes in between each overtime. If the match is still tied at the end of the 2 overtime periods, then the tiebreaker procedure of taking kicks from the penalty kick line or spot shall be used to determine the team that advances to the semifinals and MAC championship.
First of potentially 2 overtime periods about to begin. It's a golden goal situation. Penalties will follow after that between Buffalo and Central Michigan. Central Michigan, again, won the first of these battles previously in this building. And UB looked to erase that. Again, a 12-win season for the Bulls with just 3 losses and 3 ties. 9 wins for Central to go with 7 losses and a tie, but they've been very good away from home. They can count wins at Eastern Illinois, Western Michigan, Buffalo, Ohio, and Eastern. And the last 4 games that Central's played have gone into overtime. A loss followed by a tie and 2 wins. Buffalo's been to overtime thrice this season, 3 ties and a win. Again, the Bulls, it is Sunday in Buffalo. The Bulls bidding to run their win streak, or unbeaten streak, to 6 matches. Central could do it for 4. Buffalo will be going left to right. It all comes down to this. You know, they're one team it all comes down to this for. The other one gets to say next time out it all comes down to this, and hopefully so on and so forth. Buffalo will have the ball to start. Can they end it? It just takes one. Nerves terribly high. Yurchik out there with Barbara, Cat Camper on the right side. Caridi as well. Here's Camper. Touches it wide. It's a little bit far, and unable to get it is Wengender. Will it make it out of play? It will for a Central Michigan throw. Wells fighting for it with Lazenby. That's going to go out, and it's going to be a Buffalo throw. Lazenby can go back forward, and she does. Tess Ford will eye up the surface. She chops it back to her left. Ford to the middle. That's Robertson. Schultz will complete the switch with Caridi, playing it back to Callahan. She'll go to Caridi again. Turning forward, playing it. Yurchik tries for the flick. Mashed to the middle of the pitch. Buffalo gets it back. Here's Caridi. Schultz. A tackle blocks the shot, but Schultz gets it again. Little bit casual there, and Central's going to get the ball back. Big, searching cross. Lazenby heads it back towards Central, but it's Amanda Britton who wins it and sends it to Gael Wells. Wells plays it back, and it's another cross high up into the air. Ford will pop it up, and one forward by Buffalo's Caridi, but Central has it again, and they'll now seek the back post. Ball goes skyward, and a chance here for Central. The ball moving around and chopped out of play. Dangerous times in the final third as Central tries to get the job done and can't. And Buffalo will look to build again. The higher press coming now, or the higher positioning, we should say. They'll let Buffalo put the ball in the air. And Ford just does that, aiming towards Gender. Aiming towards Caridi. Barbaric wins it back. Callahan will send one high into the air. Yurchik can't quite get there. And Ford sends this one back towards Gianna Yurchik. And she likes what she sees on the outside. It's Barbaric. Barbaric coming this way. There's one more pass or shot if she wants it. She steps again and plays it to Gianna just a bit too far. Some good combination there from Buffalo, and you could tell 2 players who have played together a lot. Central moves the ball forward. Ford steps in again. Hasn't she had a good game? Ball pops forward. And here's a chance for UB. Wengender looking for her room. She steps it outside. Yurchik can play it wide. Not quite read by Caridi. Here we go again. Schultz playing it to Caridi. Out of the left side, and Schultz is there again, always in position. She finds Yurchik. She wanted the flick, but the ball was touched. I think that might have been Maddie West for Central Michigan. We're here at a cold UB Stadium that hasn't gotten much warmer despite our status in the middle of the afternoon. 1-1. Waiting for goals for over an hour and a half now after a pair of early spot kicks. Good pressure from Jurczyk, and when she's out there, you can tell. You can tell the difference. Buffalo can be a little bit more direct in the hold-up play, and it gives Marcy Barbrick a lot more freedom to roam. But of course, when she's not out there, there's an element of that he can come from any area. We had Camper at left wing for a while, and Buffalo gives you so many more options. There isn't just the focus. So Buffalo asks an awful lot of opponents. But Central can be very proud of their away day so far. Ford can't quite get there, and it's going to be offside. I don't think Dobrowolski had much to know about that. She thought she was in an offside position and the ball wouldn't come her way, but that's good officiating there. And now Schultz will build back. She's pressed, and she'll find Kat Camper on the right side now. There aren't a lot of lanes, and she'll send it to the right side, and it'll go all the way out, likely, for a goal kick. Again, you got to be safe, and you want to be able to play wide, but that sort of incisiveness has been just a little bit off on a windy day, on a slick pitch. And Central's thinking, maybe we want to draw it up that way for us. UB has been maybe a bit more well-positioned. Now they'll go to the right side, and this is an interesting opportunity, and Lazenby's going to have to close it down. They cut to the left foot. The shot is blocked. Tess Ford with an excellent shot block. And UB was wide open there for a moment. Central Michigan knocking on the door. And here comes the big throw. It's going to hit the turf. Blocked by Schultz. She'll carry it to the left side of the box and work it forward, and now Buffalo can build with possession. Barbrick goes forward, looking for the hold-up play. This is a good scrap there on the left side. Ball swept through, headed out. But to the middle of the pitch, a good turn there by Robertson. She'll find Barbrick on the left. Jurczyk moved more to the middle. There are two runners coming up the right side. Barbrick plays it forward to Jurczyk. She's going to look back, and she's going to try Kat Camper. Camper sends it back to Barbrick. Now inside the, that time, that's maybe one of the few times today that you think the linesman might have not had it right. The assistant referee, I should say. 1-1 here, 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first overtime period. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Goes out of play. Central has certainly become a little bit more adventurous as the game moves on, knowing that it's right there for them. One play is going to make this game. Will it be now for Central? Robertson pokes it up. Camper juggles, keeps it in front of her, and plays it back. Callahan will now survey. Sends a long ball, and I think that's going out. It does. Central, they're going to ask you to take a step back. You know you'd like every yard you can get, Ms. Mann, but go 10 yards back. Might have been 7 yards. I'll give her some credit. And here comes the throw, and Callahan's there, as she has been for most of this day. Jurczyk fighting with Logue. And now Rachel Logue has it. Spinning ball. That's a very good pass. And Buffalo suddenly a little discombobulated, but coming away with it is Robertson. And she may have just sprung Marcy Barbrick. Barbrick now on the left. Attackers joining in. She's going to cut through a pair of defenders. Here comes Barbrick towards the middle of the pitch. Lays it off for Kat Camper. Camper taking a look. She'll go to the right. An opportunity now for Caridi. Back to Camper and Caridi. She'll send one towards the back post. And it's on. Back towards the goal. Charging on it is Caridi. I think Jurczyk just slipped, to be honest with you. You know we'd like to join everybody in calling for the penalty. And I think the big forward just caught it on the wet turf. Well, I stuttered as I couldn't quite tell if there was full purchase on the loose ball at the back post, and as it skittered across goal, you want to make sure you didn't blow a chance to properly enunciate a match winner. Oh, here's Judas to Caridi. Caridi dribbling onto her right foot. She'd love to get a cross off with that peg, and she does. It's a cross goal. There's a loose ball, and Central clears it out, but not completely. It looks like Callahan's going to have a throw in for Buffalo. Try for Judas. 1 minute left in this first overtime. Caridi, will she again go for that right-footed cross? She will. It's to a dangerous space, but headed out by the Lokes. They've been very, very good tonight, this afternoon. Dobrolowski lets it hit the turf with 45 seconds left here in this first overtime period. Buffalo still has it. Caridi pokes it to the right side. It's a good run here for Judas. She keeps it in bounds. And that's going to go out for a corner kick if Buffalo has 33 seconds to get it out. But we have an injured Central Michigan player, and we'll have to call time. A happenstance collision, a good battle for the ball, but at the same time, doesn't feel much better for Elizabeth Cliston. Cliston's still down on all fours. Ooh, having a little trouble getting up. She may have need to be evaluated for a head injury here, and I think that's exactly what we're getting from Central's trainer. And UB again lining up. I think UB and Central at this point know what's going to happen on these corner kicks. It's the same setup. It's just a matter of who's going to win that ball into the mix. It's 5 balls, and now they're going to swap out. They'll send Olivia Schultz into the mix. And I'm trying to tell if that's Tess Ford. It is. Dropping back out. A couple more trainers coming out. See what we have here. Clearly not a head injury. They're checking out her left leg. I think it's Chesney Wargo over there, but you never want to fail to identify properly. Yes, it is number 25. And she's feeling pain when pressed upon here on that left side. The worst part of our sport is checking out that knee or foot. It does look like it is knee related. For our girls, had a good game. The senior from Aurora, Illinois. Buffalo taking the opportunity to have a bit of a conversation as Callahan goes to join a group of girls near the front post, about 10 yards out from goal, exactly 10 yards out from goal. And the longer this goes on, the more you worry and you think about the senior. And maybe calling for a board here. Injury couldn't be any farther away from the bench. Could hardly be farther away from the bench. Still 2 trainers out there. When we do resume, there will be 28 seconds left in the first overtime period. And the cart's coming out. So we wish the very, very best to Chesney Wargo. With 28 seconds left in this first overtime period in the MAC playoffs, the Women's Soccer Championship of 2021. Applause from both groups of fans. And our sincere hopes that ice will do the trick. We'll go back to the action. The game can't stop. 28 seconds to go. Callahan lording over a corner kick from the right side. They're stacked up in the middle of the goal. Callahan sweeps it in. It's high towards the near post. It's headed. There's a loose ball. An opportunity for Schultz. And she'll regroup. Play it back, and it's cleared out by Central Michigan. Oh, man, there have been so few of those loose balls of real danger there. But Schultz has it back again. And this one's going to go out for a corner from the other side. 8 seconds for the Bulls to get this corner kick off. 5 seconds is going to be very difficult. She plants it. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. It's in the air, and that's going to be it. And we're going to go to a second overtime period after a very brief break. We'll switch sides and do it again. 1-1, UB and Central Michigan. See you in 2 minutes.
At the end of the first overtime, the score is still tied 1-1. We will now take a 2-minute break before proceeding in the next overtime.
We're back here for the second overtime period between the UB Bulls and the CMU. Opportunities, it just popped into my mind, that have gone begging are very few. It's been a tightly, well-contested game. Again, the weather and the wet pitch have not helped things, but these teams have really, there's a low margin for error in games like these, and they have stayed within that margin. It's just been a lot of really good opportunities. Maybe some of the most danger just betrayed by that last touch, and now Central will try and hook that up. Test forward, playing it forward, chest trap down towards the middle of the pitch, and Buffalo may have a chance to break now. It's Barbarick going right to left as the sun breaks through. She's waiting for her opportunity. She's just got a lot of time here. She's going to play it wide. Here's the opportunity for the Bulls, and it's saved. LaPointe was able to get there just before Andy Judas. Wow. A terrific opportunity for the Bulls, but it's not over yet. Barbarick going wide, and now Central can go the other way. Oh, that felt like it was it. Can Central counter? No one wants this game to go to kicks. They want to get settled with a goal, preferably from the run of play, and that was very close to it. But LaPointe has been magnificent when called upon. Both keepers good, both backlines good, the center backs, the midfielders. The forwards active in the defensive end, but which player is going to find that finishing touch that ends this game and ends one team's season? 1-1, 8:38 to go in the second overtime. Barbarick has it again. She's going to get it. Here's a chance. She's got a chance to shoot with the right peg, and it deflected out for a corner kick. Buffalo finding its attacking footing. It arrived apparently with the sunshine. The wind going right to left for Buffalo now as Callahan goes to take the corner kick. Can this be the opportunity? So many times we've seen it ball swept in there. Somewhere about 6 to 8 yards out from goal. And here it comes. Driven, mid. Ball doesn't come loose. Slid over to the corner, but oh, Callahan just can't get there. Very ambitious work and good work from Wengender, the junior from Rochester, New York. Central tried to build on the left side. I think that corner didn't come in again. And out, oh, we've got a sub. Buffalo tried for a quick restart. And checking back into the game for Judas.
Now subbing into the hole, number 12, Catherine Camper.
It's Cat Camper. Here's Barber playing it back. Ball popped in. Camper leaps up but can't find the header, and now Central will clear it back. Good battle for the ball, and Central has 4-on-4 here. Ball played through and onside. Swept over the top. Lazenby plays it out. Now Buffalo can turn as it's played back to Wengender. To the right side. Here comes Buffalo. Central Michigan quickly makes it 3-on-2. And charging forward with a brilliant run. Here comes Buffalo again. Camper looking for Barbaric, and it's cleared out. An absolutely magnificent setup there and tackle from Peyton Robertson. But Buffalo again, not done. The Bulls recognizing the moment. Central closing it down as well, and this ball is slightly deflected. It's going to be another corner kick. The flag blowing over, and I'm not just talking about those flags in the end zone, the actual corner flag blowing over. Give you a sense of just how windy it is out there. Callahan again presiding over it. This has to be maybe the 11th or 12th corner of the game for Buffalo. You can forget about that flag. Forget about the ball. It's even moving. Wind can be a great equalizer. Sent in. This is a dangerous spot. It's headed toward goal, and it's in! Buffalo has won! A terrific bit of business, and they're moving on. What a header. The ball had been sent on corner kicks to that very spot all day, and this time it's powered home past LaPointe, answering the bell. Buffalo emerges with a spot. What a goal. Great service on the corner, and an even better winner. The Buffalo Bulls emerge 2-1 victors over Central Michigan, who put in a terrific effort, but just didn't get it done. And the journey goes on into a big, big game, one that would have been circled on the calendar a long time again for these Bulls. But let's celebrate a great season for Central Michigan, who finished 9-8-1, who beat the Bulls in this building, something that really hasn't been done, period, this year. And they can know that they took them to the wire again. Thanks again for spending your afternoon with us. A terrific Mid-American Conference matchup. And if the rest of the tournament can be this wonderful, well, we're in for something special. The Bulls win 2-1.